Chat's not there. Where's my chat? That's weird. Dang it. I need my chat. Can't see. Something went wrong. Come on, where's my chat? What? I cannot see my chat. Where's my chat? What are you doing? I'll go back out. Hmm? What? I don't want to go out. What's the matter, Putty Tat? Maybe my stream isn't going. Hope there's somebody here. I can't get my chat to work, so I don't know who's out there, and I don't know how to get it to reset. I don't want to lose the page. What you need? Oh, we're gonna try it again. I'm just gonna have to open a YouTube channel. That's what I'll do. What? Hoss, what do you need? Oh, what do you need? I'll just open my YouTube channel on a different channel. That's a slight delay. My little raccoon here. At least now I can see yes, what do you need? Suddenly, as soon as I hit the go live button, he needs something. What do you need? Brushed? Does you need brushed again? I don't need to do that. Let me go. Get out of here. What's this? There we go. Oh, so I don't know if anybody will be here today. This is, I've got no updates. Nothing has changed. I'm still not losing weight. Still have no energy. What right on? Nice and cool on there. There you go. No energy. I don't know what's going on. I did better on keto for some reason. I don't know why. And this is my 90 days. Pop out. There you go. Pop out chat. There. Now I can look at my channel. There. So anyway, yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm trying to get this all lined up so I can see you guys and see the live stream too. If anybody shows up. There we go. There we go. Oh, two people. Two peoples. I see two people in here. There. Live chat. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of like bummed out. I'm bummed out. I was expecting more, but maybe I was used to keto, and maybe that's why I feel like nothing's really, because everything for me happened the first week or two that I was on carnivore. In the last 10 or 11 weeks, I really haven't had much improvement. Sleep, obviously, sleep well. That's good. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you out there. Other than the sleep and the inflammation, every once in a while I'm getting, like today I had some soreness here, like I'd got into some Roundup or something, which, and like here, it's actually hurting. I don't know why. Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. I don't know, maybe there was something in the chicken. I had chicken thighs for supper, and I had two chicken thighs for breakfast about 2 hours ago. Well, that's the only thing I can think. Oh, I did put some hot sauce on them, which I guess is okay. But yeah, I wish I'd get some energy. I do, and I wish I could lose some weight. Maybe that'll come in a few months, like it did with keto. Trying to think if I'm pretty sure I had, um, insulin resistance then too. Maybe it just takes that long for me, 5 months before I start beating that, because I do still have it because I still have all the symptoms, all the signs, the rashes and the edema in the lower legs, and I get it's not really edema. There's water there, but it's like you push on the bone and you let up. It's doing it here too. I can see my fingerprint where I push on it, and that might be the lipedema. Oh, anyway, it'd be nice to have. It's just like, oh man, because actually it's kind of weird. But in the last 2 days, hi up three, how are you doing? In the last couple of days, I've actually had cravings. They go away really fast. I'm getting weird cravings for what did I crave yesterday? This it wasn't carnivore, obviously, but it was a very brief and a very light craving, but I thought it was weird that I had any cravings because that's the first I've had in 3 months. I haven't had a pickle, I haven't had a carrot. I don't never eat carrots anyway, but I haven't had anything other than meat, bacon, butter, what else? Water. I've had some pop. I've had I like this. I've been craving, um soda water, which means I am a little bit alkaline, which is kind of weird. I'm thinking maybe I thought today maybe I'm low in iron. Could be I'm low in iron because my energy. I could almost fall asleep right now. And that's just not me. A year ago, I was I had so many projects. I was working constantly and almost never. I never watched any movies. I didn't have time to do anything. I was busy, 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 and just kept going. And I was exhausted. But I can't work that up right now. I cannot. Since I've been on Carnivore, I haven't been able to muster up any energy, and I do not know why. No idea. Uh, my body's telling me to sit my butt down and do nothing, which is the exact opposite of what I want to be doing. And it's kind of stressing me out, which is probably behind the insulin thing, insulin resistance, because that's caused by stress. And you've noticed my voice is doing weird things. Don't know about that. What's going on? My hair looks like crap today. I washed it and I blow dried it because it was frizzy, very frizzy, probably from the dye. You can see it's a lot lighter than it was, but it's very damaged. I think we left the stuff in too long. It's the worst my hair's ever come out from being. Of course, I've got COVID hair. I've got that kinky, crappy, dry, crispy COVID hair. Up here, it's not like that, but down here, I can see the frizz and all that stuff, which is a bummer. But um, no, I don't have a curling iron. I needed a curling iron. It's so dry, it's hard to. I tried using the thing, and it's geez. But at least it's not kinky frizzy. It's frizzy looking, but it's not. It wasn't ugly, like little tiny kinks, like really kinky yuck hair. Eh, at least it's lighter. I don't feel like I've got a dark cloud over my head. At least. So how's everybody doing out there? All three of you. Oh. I almost didn't do this today because it's like I don't really have anything to report. There's nothing new. I didn't even write in my book. There was nothing, absolutely nothing new. Still the same old woe is me. Woe is me. But yeah, I've been doing my sale thing for my business and had a few sales. It's not like a usual year, like well, last year wasn't either. I think we're all still bouncing back from COVID. Um, I probably made 7 sales. 5 years ago, I was making 30, 40 sales. I haven't been pushing the channel or my thing either. I had somebody order something. For the first time, somebody ordered a 4-ounce bottle of lotion, hand lotion. And when I saw the price, I'm like, why did my system charge for $20 for a 4-ounce bottle? And so I had to go in and look. The system had reset and was charging the same price for the large and the small. So I had to go back through, and it took me a couple hours this morning to fix that. It's just like, Wix. I don't know what's going on with their systems, but they're just screwy, causing a lot of problems. Like I said, when I get some energy or get some time, I'm going to redo my whole computer or my whole site It's gotten clunky and big, and I'm always afraid to take something off because sometimes when I remove something, it wipes out an entire segment of my. I think it's just the way it's set up there. So I want to do a new one, freshen it up. I got some new things to put on there and take off some old things. I have a lot of discontinued stuff. I got some. I'd like to have a sale page where it's just discontinued, like a discontinued page, because I got a lot of things I've discontinued. So let's see. Oh, I can't talk about something. I joined up with Kelly Hogan for the carnivore. She does a carnivore thing as a coach. She's a carnivore coach. Totally not anything like I expected. I expected a little bit more, not really one-on-one, but more interaction with her. It's an hour thing because I didn't think she'd have that many people. 'Cause I paid $50 for the month, and I thought she'd have 8 to 10 people. She had 60. There's no way she can talk to each person. That's 1 minute for each person, and that doesn't even give her time to talk about what she wants to talk about. So, very disappointed in that regard, but she's given out some good information. Something I found interesting, and I hadn't thought about it. In all the years I've been studying thyroid, hypothyroidism, I don't go into the hyper because so few people are hyperthyroid, and they usually end up becoming hypothyroid, is she was talking about body temperature, and she says, "If your body temperature is low," she doesn't know about the thyroid thing. She doesn't know that, uh, that's how they used to test people. For 100 years, that was how they tested people, was their temperature, their body temperature. Well, what did they do? They went and switched out the old accurate mercury thermometers for digital ones that don't work. They literally do not work. The last time I was a regular doctor, probably 30 years ago, I just don't go to doctors. Um, they started using the ones where they stick it in your ear, right? And then they look at it. And he stuck it in my ear and looked at it. And I said, "Now do my other ear." And so he did it, and it was like 3 degrees off. I said, "You probably don't wanna be using that," because I knew it would be inaccurate. That's how they are, they're terrible. Have they improved them? I don't know. I bought if you've got a really low temperature, they won't even work. I have one of those things you roll across your forehead. Didn't work. It kept getting an error because my body temperature was so low. Something else I've noticed more so in the last month, I'm getting hot flashes from Carnivore. I have one right now. I have a fan right here to blow on me. It'll blow, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, "Woo-hoo," I'll just suddenly get cold and have goosebumps. My body temperature. "Roo, roo." So that might be a good thing. That might be a good thing because as I was talking about Kelly, lovely lady, I love her. She's a sweetie pie. Uh, Loves everybody. She's just a nice person. But I wanted to take that class, for a couple reasons. I wanted because I would like to become a carnivore coach if I can get it to work for me. That's the whole thing. I'm not gonna pay thousands of dollars for a class if I can't get it to work for me, and people look at me and say, "Well, it didn't work for you. Why would I give you money to help it work for me?" I get that. I get that. I've been around people like that before. I want to be proof, and like I said, 3 months. Today is my 90th day. It's, "Oh, just do it for 3 months, you're gonna be amazed." Well, I'm not really amazed, sorry, but I'm not. I'm just not amazed, and I feel bad about that, but I am not amazed. I like that I don't have the inflammation. That went away the first couple days. I don't have cravings. That went away the first couple days. I'm sleeping better. That came the first couple days. Almost all of my improvements, and that's probably because I was keto already. All I did was quit eating salad and salad dressing, and now that's what made me carnivore because I got to where I was really not eating much keto stuff. I just wasn't. I get days like yesterday. I didn't want to eat anything. I should have fasted actually, but it might not be good for me because I'm not where I need to be yet. Don't know. It's one of those things. There's a lot of questions with it because it's fairly the big thrust for it is fairly new. The majority, all these doctors are just now finding, they're getting findings and they're kind of incorporating ideas or going like, "Oh, this person did this and that worked for them, but this didn't work for them. How come it didn't?" So they're kind of they're learning all the stuff, and it's not set in stone yet. So this is like the experimental phase for getting the basics down. There's always going to be people that slide outside the norm. I've always been one of them, always, but I've always had massive stress. I know stress is a huge part of why I've been so sick all my life. I know now, I didn't know back then. I tried everything, I'm telling you, I knew about a lot, like the Corioli mushrooms. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, I knew about them. I tried, nope, didn't work. I tried just, oh my gosh, you have no idea how much I tried to fix my body and fix what was wrong with me, and nothing I did worked. I narrowed it down. I knew it was thyroid problems. Finally, I figured that's what it was, but and then it turns out it wasn't. It was technically it was not thyroid problems, but it was thyroid problems. I had a good thyroid. I have a good thyroid. Well, it's pumping away, it's putting out thyroid hormones, but because of stress, the hormones are not being allowed into my cells. So I have hypothyroidism. I have manifest hypothyroidism. No blood test is going to show that because the blood tests don't tell you if your body is using the thyroid medicine that's or the thyroid hormone that's in the yeah, my fan's driving me crazy here. It can't tell you. There's no way it can tell you that it's using the hormones. So uh, it's all clinical or yeah, observation. So my body temperature drops lower than 94 sometimes. I haven't tested it in over a year. I'm just not interested in doing that anymore. I'm just going by how I feel. And being cold, yeah, if I get cold, like when I get cold, my teeth are cold, my tongue is cold, my nose is cold, my forehead is cold, my eyeballs are cold. And this can be in July. And you can actually like my skin will be cold. In July when it's like 103 outside. My body is cold. It's like the core is just producing air conditioning. It's pretty weird. All right, what's going on there? Huh. And my computer's whacking out. Anyway, so that's something I've dealt with for a long, long time. My whole life's been trying to fix that so I can live a decent, like everybody else has, actually be healthy and be able to handle problems when they come up without getting sicker. Because I know that every time I get really mad about something, I'd gain weight. I used to have a horrible temper. What did I do to, was it the nicotine? No, it was the yogurt, the Reuterite yogurt helped with my temper tantrums. I did that 4 months ago, 4 and 5 months ago, I was doing that. And I didn't have the right bacteria. It turns out that's one of the bacterias you can get that you don't have if you don't get nursed as a kid. And antibiotics can kill it if you do have it, and it can cause angry outbursts and all kinds of stuff. Well, I would get really PO'd. Odd things. People drive. I was like a road rager before road rage was a thing. I would get so mad. I was always flipping people off. If they were doing something stupid, I'd flip them off. Granted, what wasn't very nice, but it's like some people, I'll tell you, it's I wonder they're still alive and able to drive behind a wheel because they do some of the stupidest things. And I've seen it all. I've put, oh geez, 30, was it 20 years? No, it was longer ago than that. Uh, Probably 30 years ago, I'd put 1,000,000 miles. I'd driven 1,000,000 miles. I drove all the time, everywhere. I drove across country. I drive. Love to drive. So I saw a lot of stuff and I flipped a lot of people off, which wasn't very nice, but I did. I quit doing that. I don't know when I quit. Probably sometime in the 90s. I just realized it's like, it's not getting anything done. And I kind of got a little bit more laid back. And now I could care less. I used to always get to a place from point A to point B as fast as I could because I had things to do. I was always so busy. Now, for the first time in my life, I'm the one on the road everybody's pissed off at because I'm going the speed limit. I just don't care. I'm tired. It's like I have nothing to do because when I get home, I have all these things to do and I can't bring myself to do them. It's just, so it's frustrating. It's probably a little extra stress there, but so I've been taking stuff for. I've been taking. Oh, let me tell you more about Kelly. Her thing. She said something that kind of caught my interest. She talked about if you've got low body temperature, she said it's really hard to lose weight, which is a given because it's a hypothyroid thing. Hypothyroid, your thyroid is your metabolic engine. It's what keeps you going, keeps your body temperature regulated. Supposed to be. If you're not using the hormones you have, you're gonna dysregulate. You're gonna go down in use and you're gonna be tired. There's a reason for that. You're gonna get to where you don't wanna drink. I have to force myself. I drink a couple, 2, 3 of these a day with ice. You can hear ice in it. But I'm not it's like I look at it, it's like, "Yeah, I need to drink that. I need to drink that." When you're hypothyroid, you're not gonna wanna drink because your body is trying to conserve energy, and when you drink water, cold water, lukewarm water, your body has to overcome that temperature difference in your stomach. It doesn't want you going to the bathroom and peeing out your electrolytes because you're usually low in salt, potassium, magnesium, all the electrolytes that you sweat out when you're hot. Which, unless I get a hot flash, even when I get a hot flash, I'm not sweating. But I'm not sweating when I'm hot. I'm getting a hot flash. But most people do. But you won't sweat because your body's trying to hold on to minerals, and you won't get up and be energetic because your body's trying to keep you from using energy that it's trying to keep you calm and keep you like I am right now, because if you use up that energy, the thyroid's going to go nuts because it only has so much, because your cells are not letting the thyroid hormone in, and so your body goes into panic mode because it needs that thyroid hormone to push your body up to a better temperature. It's 98.6 is a normal temperature. There are so many people stressed out, and this has been going on for the last 2 decades at least. They're constantly dropping what is normal. Now they have a normal range. No, it's never been like that in history. That's all the poisons in the food, that's all the stress that, remember I told you guys poison in food is a massive stress on your body. That's stress. So what happens? Your adrenals kick in and say, "Okay, yeah, cells shut off all but life maintaining hormones." So it'll only let a little bit of the thyroid hormone in, a little bit of the sex hormones, a little bit all the hormones, just a tiny little bit. So you're just like, you feel like you're on death's door because practically you are, because the adrenals are doing their job trying to save your life, because you have got stress and it's trying to block that off so you can protect your metabolism. Is That's what keeps you living. So that's anyway, she talked about if you've got a low body temperature and you do carnivore, you need to do carnivore to get that temperature up. She goes, keep at it. So stay at it. And I'm thinking about that. There's a lot of things like that. It's paradoxical. You'll have if you do something like I tell people for health things, they'll say if you do this, doctors will say if you do this, this will happen. I'll give you an example. Vitamin D. When I looked up when I had psoriasis, I looked it up trying to find a cure for it because I don't go to doctors. I do not trust them. I do not like them. They are ignorant. They're not stupid. Well, half of them are because half graduate at the bottom half of their class, but they aren't normally stupid, but they're trained now to dispense medicine. They're not there to heal you. They're under no mandate to heal you. So with the internet, why not find out what's wrong with you yourself? There's a gal out in chats going, "Well, what do I do for this? What do I do for that?" It's like, go look it up. You ask me, so I do the work. So you sit there on your fat butt and don't do anything, waiting for me to give you an answer. Look it up. Do it the same thing I do. I'm getting a little sassy right now. I guess I'm just frustrated. But it's like, and I've told her before, go look it up. Well, last night, how much of this do I take? What do I do? And I've not only have I said it before on air many times, and she was there. It's like, no, I didn't even answer her. It's like totally ignored her. Because there are some people that want you to do all the work for them. Do it yourself. That way you'll know and it'll stick with you longer. You do the research for yourself. And if you can't find the answer, then talk to me. And then I'll go and do some more digging because I've been doing this all my life pretty much. I've been online for 31 years. It's not as easy as it used to be. It used to be a lot easier to dig. But no, it's sad that people don't know. They just trust they pay money for somebody to do all the digging for them. They pay the money to the doctor. What's wrong with me, doc? Oh, you don't have enough furosemide. Here, take this. Take this drug. They come back a few months later. Doc, I've got I've got problems. Well, let me do a test. Oh, you've got congestive heart failure. Here, let me do a pacemaker. More money. Okay, doc, do a pacemaker. More money. Hey, doc, I don't feel good. I feel really lethargic. What's going on? Let me do another test. Oh, you've got hypothyroidism, but they test the pituitary. It's just, oh, it's so messed up. Anyway, it's all money. It's a money game. Medicine is a business. If it wasn't, people wouldn't be doing it. Uh, and so anyway, temperature. I keep getting off on these rabbit trails. Uh, she talked about raising your body temperature by just eating the meat. And I thought, well, that's an interesting comment. That's where I was going with that. Cured my psoriasis. I was looking for psoriasis cures or natural cures for psoriasis. Well, nothing came up that I could see. And what I saw was I kept coming across let's see, doctors don't know what causes psoriasis, but we know there's no cure. And I thought, how that doesn't even make sense. Who made, and I kept running across that same comment over and over again. Which is another rabbit hole I'd love to get into. But anyway, I kept running across that. Though some people get a little relief with vitamin D cream. I thought, oh, there's my clue. So I ran a test or a query, vitamin D and psoriasis. Boom! I started open it up, found all kinds of stuff, and that's when my vitamin D thing started popping up. So you look at things like that, and when she said what she did, it was all backwards. Instead of looking for um instead of looking at one thing, you have to look at things from the back door in instead of the front door in, because the back door often has the answers. You have to look at things backwards, because they'll say, like I said, no, there's no cure. There's no cure. But wait a minute. If I look for a cure and find one, I don't know. You have to use critical thinking. That's what it is. You have to use critical thinking. So I thought, okay, if eating carnivore does what it does, then it's taking even more. And I'm thinking, oh, geez, now I just realized something. If you start out carnivore without doing keto, probably it would fix your adrenals. It would fix your stress, which is causing the low temperature. Like I said, if you've got thyroid symptoms, migraines, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, heart problems, depression, easy weight gain, hard weight loss, no energy, sensitivity to hot and cold. I've got all those, except for the heart thing. I get what do you call it? The flutters. I get that. I've had that since I was a little kid, but I've had hypothyroidism, adrenal problems since I was a kid. Now what you do, you got those things for thyroid. For adrenal problems, they do not teach hypoadrenia in college anymore for doctors. They don't even teach about adrenals. And you know why? Because they're at the heart of almost everything that's happening to people right now. The big pharma is in charge of the schools, and the only way they make money is if you're sick, right? If you're not taking their medicine, if you're not taking their pills, they're not making money. So tell you what adrenals do. Old doctors know about it. Doctors probably are 50s on up. Sensitivity to light is a big one. When you stand up quickly off of a bed, off of a couch, off of a chair, you get all lightheaded and you kind of go like that. That's a blood pressure destabilization that goes with adrenals. There's a bunch of, I remember when I was a kid watching, there was a Monday night movie or something that used to play on our channel when I was a little kid. And we had a black and white TV, but the around the TV screen, they had these little circles and they would light up like lights all the way around to go round and round and round. And it made my eyes, it felt like somebody was stabbing my eyeballs because it on a black TV screen with that bright light around the edges. Of course, the room's usually dimmed. Oh, I remember that. It used to just, it would annoy me so bad. And I'd like put my head down and burn my eyes really bad. And I noticed driving, especially at night with the lights, I'd have to turn my head away from the oncoming traffic because my eyes were so sensitive to the light. And The adrenal thing is part of that. So if you've got adrenal problems, you're going to have thyroid, what looks like thyroid problems, because your body's not using the thyroid hormones. So since I already did keto and cleaned out the sugars and all the other stuff, I did have a good improvement in my hypothyroidism. Took me 5 months, and all of a sudden, uh, I started losing weight. And I noticed I was not sensitive to the heat and cold or the light so much anymore. Um, but now that I'm doing carnivore, I already did the thought, because what happened is you get rid of your poison. You get rid of the poison you're eating. When you phase that poison out of your life, out of the foods, your body has a chance to recover and heal. Well, I've been carnivore, I've been keto. I was keto for 7 years, and the last year I was ketovore, which means I was doing keto, a little bit of keto, like a little bit of vegetables. I didn't have, I think one time I had fruit last year that I remember. And the rest of it was like salad or green beans or something. Like, it wasn't much. I just didn't eat. I was getting tired of vegetables, getting tired of eating. So anyway, yeah. So when I switched over to carnivore, maybe that's why I may not have the results. I don't know, because I've already got the results I was going to get. I don't know. Well, yesterday I only ate like 960 calories, and that felt like I'd ate all day, but I hadn't. I looked at my thing, and I got a warning from my fitness pal thing. You're not eating enough. It's like, oh crap. And it's too late to eat anything, and I wasn't really hungry, so I went to bed. I didn't care. It looks like it's just going to go that way, that I'm probably not going to lose any weight on this, and I'm kind of stuck with it, really. If I did go back and eat anything that wasn't carnivore, it would probably be like if I made a hamburger, I'd maybe put a pickle on it or something, or a tiny dab of. I never was a big person for ketchup because it's too sweet. A little dab of I mean, that's all that I would end up doing, because I've done my 90 days. So now, because this is an elimination diet, some people stay with it forever. Like Jill, she's still doing it. She loves it. She loves how it makes her feel, and she's happy with eating a hamburger patty and a piece of steak every day for the rest of her life. Boring, 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 boring. Oh my god. Some people can do that though. I know people like that. One guy, he just wanted the exact same thing for breakfast, the exact same thing for supper, and nothing else. And he was like in his 80s. That's all he ever ate. And I was like, I don't need sugar, and I don't need the grains. I liked rice, but really you think about it, there's no taste to it. I was putting butter and salt on it. I thought, well, mainly it was just butter and salt that I liked. So you kind of look at things a little bit differently when you do this, but this is an elimination for me. It looks like I might stay. I don't know. I'm just really frustrated. It's like, why bother? Why even bother? I'm very upset. Of course, I was like that when I was on keto. The first time I went on keto, I was on it, I think 4 months, yeah, 4 months, and I didn't lose weight. That's why I went on it, was to lose weight. I didn't lose a pound, and I was very pissed off about it. So I just quit. And I noticed that when I ate things I shouldn't eat, I didn't eat a lot. I ate small amounts, but it still was enough to make me sick. I noticed I just felt like crap all the time. So I went back on keto. And I figured that's doable. I can do keto. There's a lot of variety in keto. A lot more, a lot easier to do than carnivore. And if I do quit carnivore, I will be keto, and I'll also be more careful about what I eat on keto, because I was kind of sticking my nose in the uh, processed, like the keto friendly stuff, and not paying attention to the carbs so much. But yeah, I'll be a lot more careful with that. Yeah, I didn't get the response. I didn't get the sore joints. I didn't get all that other stuff, and except for the seed oils in the salad dressing. So I'll be making salad dressing. I'm going to try to make it with MCT oil and see if it'll work. It'll make dressing, but it's awfully expensive. With olive oil, but you have to be so careful with olive oil. So I don't know if I'm going to stay with it, but now I can actually eat something, like eat a pickle, and see for the next day or so, how do I feel? Did I break out? Did I get inflammation from it? Did my joints hurt? Did I get a headache? Um, and if I did get a reaction, stop, just have that one, go for a few days longer, and then try it again. If you get the same reaction to it, then you know you're probably not going to be eating that because your body is saying, it's making me sick. So it's a good, that's what the good part of the elimination part of this diet is, that once you go through the 90 days, your body's pretty much cleaned out for anything that's, and it's like you're like, I did notice the first week also, my pain went away. As inflammation pain, because my back was hurting, my hip was hurting. I'd get out of bed and I'd be all stiff and creaky. That went away the first or second week too. So, which was good. So now that all that stuff is cleaned up and I've got the results I've got, now if I eat something, if I if I'm awake at night, I get creaky and sore. If I break out, I have a lot of symptoms now that I can tick off and say, okay, this makes me do this makes me do that. And then I'll know, okay, I can't eat that, set that aside. Well, I already know I'm not eating greens. I'm not going to be eating um, sugar. I quit that a long time ago. But there's a lot of like keto bread. That's got wheat in it. That's got grain in it. So there is a homemade keto bread made with egg white powder, and I've made that. It's okay. When I bit down on it, I noticed I was biting down. I could feel the fiber between my teeth because I think you put some kind of fiber. I can't remember. It's got several ingredients in it. I just remember when I bit into it, I didn't like when I bit hard when you start biting down. I could feel that like kind of a crunch. I didn't like that. It grossed me out. So I didn't make a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I was hoping by now I'd be down several sizes and be looking good, but that's not how you guys can see. Yeah, I got a mosquito bite or something right there, but yeah, still got this stuff. Still got which went away. That did go away when I lost weight on keto. I'm not. Oh, that's something else I've noticed. I don't know when it started because I didn't pay attention, but I do not burn from the sun anymore, which is kind of nice. Don't know if it's a big deal, but I'm not burning from the sun. But yeah, see, yeah, it's like a dimple there. But I still got that crud. That crud. Not going away. It's staying right where it's at. It just wants to, it's like, okay. And under here. See, when you do keto too, I noticed that all this stuff that I've got, like the gels and all that all went away. All that. It tightened up my skin, tightened up here, everything tightened up, which was nice. I was hoping for that again and I didn't get it. So anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of bummed out about it. Bumped out about it. But the good thing is that if you do it, chances are it's going to work like a charm for you. It's going to change your life. Keto kind of did that for me, but I just had to be on it a lot longer. Dr. Berg had no idea what was going on with me. He couldn't figure out why I wasn't losing weight. It literally mystified him. He was like, well, maybe you should just eat salad. And it's like, that's back when I was doing keto. I was like, if that worked, I wouldn't be talking to you. Because you think I hadn't tried just eating salad before? Oh yeah. Oh yes, I did. But yeah, I can tell I'm just kind of bummed out about it. If I could at least get some energy, that would be very helpful. Says, oh, you gotta go for a walk after you eat. Go for a 10-minute walk after you eat. It's like, really? I can barely pry my butt out of this chair to go make dinner. I ain't gonna be going for a walk. I'm tired right now. I could lay down, and I'm like I said, I never sleep in the daytime unless I'm sick. I could lay down right now and go to sleep. It's getting worse. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. So I don't know what's going on. Don't know. It could be mold, it could be this, could be that. It's like whatever. Whatever. When I was on keto and living here, I lost weight and I felt good and I had some energy. So it's not mold or I would be. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's making me mad because usually I can figure these things out. I might go another month. I don't know. But the thing is, if I can't get it to work, I can't be a counselor. I'm not gonna try to tell people things are great when I can't prove it. I myself would be the proof. Like Jill, she'll be a great counselor because it worked for her, right? She lost weight as soon as she started doing it. But she'd been drinking Coke She'd been eating chips, she was eating I mean, she was eating the standard American munchie diet. And, maybe that's what I should do is go back to eating garbage, getting filthy, vile sick, and maybe then it'll work. I don't know. I'm not gonna do it because that makes me feel rotten. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's, "Oh, if you've got thyroid problems, that could be at the heart of it." Well, if you're low temperature, you have thyroid problems. 90% of the people in the United States have thyroid problems and don't know it. If you've got a low body temperature, that is what the doctors they said if you are within 1.5 degrees of 98.6, you have hypothyroidism. That was the old standard. My doctor, my dad's heart doctor, it wasn't really my doctor, it was my dad's heart doctor, a really good one. Yeah, I don't know, I'll try it. It's hard to get the fat in, Louis. Good to see you, Louis. Thank you. Yeah, I made it 90 days. I'm pretty good about stuff like that, though. When I make my mind up and I say, "Okay, I'm gonna do this," I do it. And usually I do it overboard. My problem was not eating enough, so I had to use my fitness pal to force and I had to eat 3 times a day because I could not eat enough in 2 meals. Yeah, I mean, oh, and they said, "Well, you gotta stop eating dairy," and I thought, "Well, I did that for a month and nothing changed." Not only did I stop dairy, I stopped dairy, I stopped coffee, I stopped stevia, I stopped something else too, I can't remember what it was. Didn't do any of it for a month. No change. So I didn't feel better, I didn't feel worse, so I figure after a month my body would have done something, so apparently I'm not reactive to that stuff. And if it wasn't for and it was really hard, um, some people can't do protein, I've been reading all that stuff. I have, the butter I eat yesterday's the first day in 90 days, I guess 89 days, I didn't eat butter. Um, Generally, what I'll do is if I make a steak, I'll put a blob of butter on my plate and just take a little bit with that and eat a piece of steak with it. Because I've got chuck steak or chuck roast I make into steak. Yeah, I'm over at Kelly Hogan's. I'm doing uh, what do you call it? A 1 month thing with her. But it's not really it's like because we're in a it's like taking a class, it's not really like, community. She has a Facebook page, but it's like it's not I don't know. It was more it seemed very remote. But, yeah, I joined, another one, but it was too hard to find my way around in there, so oh god, it was a horrible site. I'm not gonna tell you who it is because I don't want to insult them. It was a doctor's site. And I had a hard enough time just getting to where the recipes were. It was just weird. The whole thing was set up really strangely, and it's supposedly there's a area where a message board chat type area, but I could never find it. Um, I know other people use it. Kelly should be able to help you. Yeah, I not in the not while we're in the class. It's an hour long, and she's got it was 65. I thought it was 60, but it was 65 people in her class in the mentor thing. It's only for an hour and you got that many people, there is just no way you're gonna get anything answered. Too many people, and she's gotta teach what it basically to me is more than being a counselor, she's teaching. The first week, she laid out the groundwork for what is carnivore, what can you eat, what can't the basics, and then Wednesday, I stayed with her, she did a little extra thing, um, but it was stuff I already knew because I've been doing tons of research for the last we usually watch 3 or 4, probably a good 8 carnivore videos a week on from doctors, from people who have had good results. Doctors are like, are you not losing weight? Maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's the other. I spend tons of time researching all that stuff. And as of Wednesday, I'm halfway through now. You don't really have a chance to really ask her anything because she's teaching, right? What time's the Zoom meeting, Louis? I appreciate you coming in and talking about this because you're not just helping me, you're helping anybody else that stumbles across this. 5:30, so 2:30 Eastern on Monday. I'm usually open at that time, so that would be good. I'll have to write it down. There's my pen. Yeah, I'm pretty bummed out. So I was expecting too much. I expected it to do for me what it did for other people, and I should know better because what works for other people has never really worked for me, ever for anything. And I mean anything. It's been an uphill swim for me my whole life. Oh, if you just take this medicine, do that. I'll bet Ozempic would make me gain weight. That's how bad my body is. I'd probably gain weight on it. So 2:30, 2:30. I'll have to go sign up so I can get in early. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've watched a couple of Carrie's live broadcasts. Oh, I'm very bummed out. You have no idea. Very depressed actually about it. It did. I'm glad it did, Louis. Yeah, it's just one of those things. And then if it ever kicks in and starts working, it'll be like it never happened that I was upset. But it's just, I do believe it. And I did tell Kelly, I told her I thought I was probably expecting too much. And that's on me. That's not on her. And that's not on Carnivore. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty hard nosed when it comes to doing things. I don't cheat. I just don't cheat. It's like, why cheat on a diet? You're only cheating yourself. You're not getting ahead. You're just being stupid. And it's not necessarily weakness. Your body will crave things. But thank God I was on keto as long as I was because I didn't have cravings until yesterday and the day before. I started having weird but it was like, oh man, that sounds kind of good. Yeah, you don't need that. And then boom, it was over. Like within 4 or 5 seconds, I thought about it and it was over. Didn't want it. Uh, I like Dr. Boz. 50 people. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's Kelly did her thing with. She was the first one. Oh, Jill actually. I knew about Carnivore. I've known about it for a long time, but like I'm very like logic. My logic was saying you can't. It's like everybody. This is not no unusual. I remember hearing about Carnivore, thinking, well, it's not sustainable because you have to eat certain foods to get your nutrients in. And it's just not sustainable. Plus, you would get so sick of it. And that was my thoughts years ago when I first found out about it. And I kept seeing Kelly Hogan pop up, a few little carnivore recipes here and there. It's like I just throw them away because I reached even after I've been on keto a long time. I was researching keto food and something new. If there's something new out there that because of variety, I need the variety. I'm one of those people I have to have variety or I go nuts, right? In everything. So, I knew that about me when I went into carnivore. I was kind of worried about that, getting tired of the food. My main thing, the first month I was on it, I went in, I watched Kelly and she did a talk where she said you have to have your calories up. You've got to get them up if you're an undereater. Well, I've been an undereater all my life because of the thyroid things, right? When you are hypothyroid, generally, you just don't eat. You don't drink water and you don't eat. You blow up to 600 pounds, and everybody thinks you're stuffing your face, but you're not. You're not eating. I got up to a size 18 not eating and got bigger and bigger. It was the stress. It was the hormones. Hormones are like the devil sometimes. But I uh I was eating when I figured out what I was eating. I was eating between 600 and 900 calories a day, mostly lower end of that. Like yesterday, I kind of pushed myself and I still only ate 900 and some calories. And it's the lowest I've eaten since I've been on carnivore. But the first month, I got my calories up, but I was sick. I was sick all day, every day for the first month because I could not stand to eat I was just it was like, Thanksgiving when you used to eat the regular food and you'd be so stuffed. It would be like, okay, now you have to eat a can of olives, or now you have to eat liver. You have to eat a plate of liver. That is the revulsion I had every time I had to cook something and eat it because I was so sick. I was full and I'd have to eat again. And I'm used to OMAD, one meal a day, sometimes two. So, oh, I wish we could just bump our heads and we could meet in the middle. Just eat the right amount. But yeah, I was just like, oh my God, I can't take it. I was just like in tears. I was like, oh my, oh geez. And then somebody said, "Well, why don't you split it?" And I hate breakfast. I've never eaten breakfast my whole life, which is another adrenal issue, low B6 adrenal issue. Eating breakfast in the morning would gag. I don't if I smelled cooking food in the morning, I would gag. I had to force myself out of that, and I started making breakfast, and I'd eat because I saw a thing with I can't remember which doctor it was saying the earlier you eat, the better your metabolism will be. Oh, and I've got a metabolism problem. So I thought, okay, but I was eating after Bible study, which is around 9:30, and I've already been up for an hour and a half, which I figured better than nothing. So I started eating breakfast, lunch, and supper, which helped a little bit. I'd eat my breakfast, and then at oh, 4 hours later, 4.5 hours later, I'd have to eat again. It's like, oh my God, I gotta eat again. Oh my God, I gotta eat again. Shoot. And I gotta keep the calories up. So I get into Fitness Pal and run a bunch of numbers and see, okay, which if I eat this and this and this, will it bring my calories up so that I can have less at supper time so I don't have to eat so much. And I'm not kidding. I was doing everything. I was been turned myself inside out trying to figure out how to eat, uh, get the bulk of it at one point so I wouldn't be sick into the nighttime when I'm trying to sleep. So yeah, it was horrible, absolutely horrible. And the next month, I know because Kelly has a calorie deficit thing, and that's why I was doing that. I wanted to get my calories up to maintenance. I was at maintenance calories. And so the next month, I dropped it by 1 or 200 calories, which was thank God I dropped it 200 calories. I wouldn't have to eat so much. But I also I cut dairy, which is mainly from dairy for me is cream. I think I've had cream cheese twice, which I'm not really a fan of so much, but cream is my number one for dairy. And I did have some El Ruderai yogurt that I made, which I've only had a couple times. I quit eating that. So basically cream in my coffee. It helped me bring my calories up. So when I would literally chug cream, the first month to get my calories up if I had whatever. So the second month I cut the calories, but I also cut the cream, the coffee, the sweetener, because I use stevia and allulose, sometimes erythritol. I cut all those out. There was one other thing I cut, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, it made it almost impossible for me to get my calories up, even when I had a 200 calorie deficit, because I didn't have the cream. Try eating seafood or hamburger or steak, which are pretty lean, really. You can only eat so much butter. I didn't have any other fat to eat, and I'm not gonna sit there and eat lard. It was I was miserable. The second month, I was absolutely miserable. Didn't miss the coffee. I mean, I didn't have a problem not doing the cream. I had a problem getting my calories up. So I can go without dairy. I don't like going without dairy, but I can do it. Um, and the sweetener, it's like, I did without it, but yeah, it was a fiasco trying to keep my calories up. Horrible, horrible. And then this last month, I talked to Jill Kennedy the beginning of the last month, and she says, "You know what?" She goes, "Just eat when you're hungry." And I said, "Jill, you don't just eating when I'm hungry, I'm never hungry." So I just went along and I still tried to eat at least some calories. I tried to keep my fat up. Um, so I took some butter and mixed it with because this last month I allowed everything back because I didn't notice a difference with no dairy or coffee or anything. So I'm drinking coffee, I'm drinking cream, which is nice because I can get like a half cup of cream. I'll put, no, I guess a quarter cup, no, not even that, probably or 3 tablespoons in each cup of coffee. That gives me, 300 calories right there. And I'm like, yes, I got that out of my way. Then I have the eggs. I'll do a scramble with eggs and I'll put a tablespoon or two of cream in there and mix it up and butter, a little bit of butter, and I can get a little bit of calories there in the bacon because breakfast is my big fat meal. And then after that, it's all downhill. It's terrible. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So it's this last month. She goes, just eat when you're hungry. Well, I couldn't because if I eat like right now, did I eat yet? Oh yeah, I did. I had 2 chicken thighs. Yesterday I had bacon. I had 3.5 pieces of bacon, 2 scrambled eggs, coffee with cream, and I almost forgot to eat. I had to. It's like, oh, I got some chicken, so I took 2 chicken thighs and threw them in the and the air fryer, and ate those, and I didn't even get to 1,000 calories, so it's like, "Uh-oh." Now what is it, 4 o'clock now, and I had breakfast, but I haven't had lunch, and I have to eat lunch, and then I have to eat supper, and I have no idea what I'm gonna eat. So, yeah, just, frustrating. It's for me, for most people, it's not, but for me, it's a lot of work. I'm a picky eater, and when you're on carnivore, there's only so much you can. I'm sure as heck not eating liver. I tried that. I tried. I even made liverwurst, which I can tolerate, but even that, yeah, no liver for me. No liver for me. But yeah, so the butter thing, what I did is I took butter and I mixed it with some powdered erythritol or maybe allulose. I don't remember now. Uh, I mixed it together and made frosting because when I was a kid or when I was eating crap food, I would buy a cupcake and eat the top off of it. I liked the frosting part and threw the cake part away. So buttercream frosting is just vanilla, butter, and a little bit of sweetener. And so I made some. And then when I needed some extra, I would just take a few spoonfuls of that, keep it in the fridge and take a few spoonfuls and bite on a little bit of that if I needed some extra. But butter doesn't have a super lot of calories in it. So I when I heard Kelly talking about how she could overeat on carnivore, it's like, how? How do you do that? How do you do that? That's so, oh my gosh. No. I actually gained 25 pounds doing this. I gained. So I went from just eating meat and salads to cutting out salads and gaining 25 pounds. Yeah. And it's like I can't get any bigger because I have no clothes that I can get into. My underwear is so tight I can hardly breathe. So it's bad. It's like, eh, I hoped it was gonna be better news, but it's the way it goes. Yeah, I think so too. I tried to step it slowly, but I was such a low I had to bring it up by 1,000 calories for what I was normally eating per day, and it's hard. Yeah, it does suck. Well, when I was on keto and I lost weight, when I lost the weight, I don't know if you're here before, but I talked about it. Um, when I went back on it, I didn't expect to lose weight because I didn't after 4 months on keto before. Why would I lose it? And about the fifth month in, I started losing weight. I didn't know that's what was happening. My clothes were fitting weird. It's like, oh, is my I thought my washing machine was stretching my clothes out. I had no idea I was losing weight. It didn't occur to me that I would or could on keto, but I did. And apparently, it seems like it went pretty fast because I remember looking at a picture somebody had taken of me. I do a show and a before and after picture from two different shows I did on this channel. And I was shocked at what my face looked like. I was floored. It's like, what happened? I look in my mirror every morning, but I don't see what I'm looking at. I just brush my teeth, brush my hair, and I'm out the door. I'm very low maintenance. I am probably pathologically low maintenance. Don't look at myself. I brush my teeth. I'm just done. And out I go. I had no idea I'd lost weight, but I'd lost a lot. I went from a size 18, about what I am now, to probably a size 9. No, I was a size 10. I was a size 10. So that's how much weight I lost and had no idea that I had. My clothes were just super loose on me and I just thought they were ruined. You're doing lion diet? Good for you. Well, for the second month, that's pretty much what I did was a lion diet. Although I had eggs. I did quit eggs for a while just to see, 'cause some people said, "Oh, the histamines in eggs, you can't eat eggs." So, I mean, I've tried it. I've cut out cut out all kinds of stuff, and nothing seems to have been the magic bullet. Well, I'm glad you're doing lion diet. It seems like it's a lot easier for guys, but then you probably are eating better. Um, when I eat steak or, I guess it's steak, I go to Costco, I buy the chuck roast, bring it home, chop it all up, wrap it up individual, throw it in the freezer. That's my steak. I don't get to have ribeye. For one ribeye, I can buy an entire chuck roast and get probably 2 or 3 weeks meals out of that. Oh, probably 2 weeks. So, you eat a 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of meat a day? Yeah, there's some people that they can't do protein. They're saying if you've got liver is it liver? No, it's, insulin resistance. If you eat too much protein, it'll make your liver pump out more insulin, or not your liver, your whatever, that stuff. So I'm sure I've got insulin resistance. It's not getting better. It's actually kind of getting worse. Who knew? Who knew? Not eating sugar for 8 years would cause insulin resistance. Who knew? It's nuts. It's absolutely ground beef. Yeah, I buy the ground beef at Costco, but it's 90/10, which is unfortunate. I haven't found any 80/20 there yet. It's 90/10, which back in the day I thought was great. Um, but I buy it there and I've got a hamburger press and I make my own hamburger. I bought the frozen ones at Costco. I do highly not recommend the frozen is it sirloin? I can't remember. It's cheaper to buy it frozen than it is to buy it fresh. Oddly enough, it was cheaper, but it sucked. Oh my god, it tasted horrible. And my ex-boyfriend, he started carnivore in January, which blew my mind. I couldn't believe he was doing it. Um, but he said the same thing. He says those frozen hamburger patties are really bad. So I bought the hamburger at Costco and I just divided it all up into patties and pressed it and put it parchment paper in between them, stuffed them in the hamburger bag that I got the other crappy burgers in, and put it in the freezer. The nice thing about that, I don't know how much they weigh. Excuse me. I think on average, I think they're 6 ounces raw. But you can take that and just let it thaw out and make something else with it, which I have. You were a type 2. Oh, good for you. I'm glad you've overcome that because I know you have. I know you have. I played a video Carrie put out a week and a half ago, of a guy that was diabetic. I played it on my show last night, and people were like, "Wow!" I was so glad because I wanted to reach people. That we have a lot of people that listen to our channel that are diabetic. Some with kidney disease. Yeah, exactly, was. Woohoo! It's like, how can you even be a diabetic if you're not if you're doing the carnivore? It's impossible. And it goes away fast. Within what, 4 weeks? You can get your A1C way down, you can all yeah, so I played this. I trying to think of his name. I can't remember it. But he wore glasses, he's an older gentleman, and he talked about getting worse. Everything the doctors did, he says, everything they told me to do, the diet to eat, was the exact opposite. He says, that's what was killing me. And when he went back to the doctors and they saw him, I was like, whoa, what happened to you? It's like, well, I quit doing what you told me to do. 3 months, good for you. Yep. I don't know what mine is. I don't go to doctors, so I don't have blood tests. I might have to. I might have to buckle down and buy, there's where is it? Somebody gave me it was Kelly gave me a link, or gave everybody a link to a place where you get all kinds of blood tests done. It was amazing how many different functions they have. I just would have to go get my blood drawn, which I stay out of doctors' offices and hospitals. I've had several doctors almost kill me, and then their assistants almost pulled my arm off in a machine because it was malfunctioning and they walked off to take a cigarette. I've had all kinds of bad experiences with doctors, so I don't like them and I don't trust them. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, A1C, it's a testimony. That type of stuff. It's the testimonials that got me to do keto, and it's the testimonials. Well, Jill Kay. I don't know if you know who Jill Kay is. She's part of the Healing Humanity bunch that she's got. They interviewed her, and she's been to all the meetups. I'm garbly. Well, this is my. Let me switch oh, excuse me. Oh, I don't know if I can. I was going to switch my mic, but I'm not in Zoom doing this. Am I? I don't think I am. Nope, I'm not. If I did this through Zoom, I would be able to. Let me see. Microphone access is on. Firefox shows it on. Weird. Hi, Free Spirit. How are you? You reversed diabetes with keto. Transition to carnivore, was organic over a few months. Yeah, it's a lot of people. It's best, I think, to do keto first. It makes it a lot easier. Well, if you can't hear me. I don't want to end the stream. Trying to figure out what I can do with this. It's not the mic, it's the computer. I know, I watched the first hour of Erin, but I wanted to do this and get it over with before. I thought, I can listen to her on the replay. Staticky. It might be this here. Let me turn off my fan. I'll keep my hair out of my mouth too. Is that better? I'm a little bit closer to the mic. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, this is a brand new mic. I just put it up yesterday. I was thinking if I might be able to unplug it, but if I do that, it might kick me out of YouTube. YouTube's really weird. Oh, where was I going? I'll try it. I'll try it and see what happens. We'll see. We'll see. If it doesn't work, I'm going to blame you.